The anime begins with a boy telling about a battle fought 10 years ago between two temples, the Temple of Tianwu, the wise and noble leader, and the Temple of Mo Wu, who is cruel and evil. The boy also tells the people that Feng Tian King defeated the invincible Dragon King. Then a person named Baoi Feng comes there and mocks the boy Chu by saying that he cannot inherit the will of Feng Tian, but his mother rebukes him and instructs him to go to work. Baoi and Chu discuss the Tianwu Academy's need to recruit exterminators because the signs of Mo Wu's resurrection are appearing. Baoi says that it is a rumor that the Dragon King was only defeated 10 years ago and did not die. The Temple of Mo Wu is waiting for an opportunity to return. Chu wants to pass the academy test, but Baoi says he cannot because he has no magic power. Chu chases some evil spies to the jungle, where he encounters a girl and is caught in traps set by her. He then tries to save the girl from the spies, while a demon flower kills those spies and the girl flees. She then runs into another spy and gives him information about Tianwu's activities. The girl, whose name is Lan Ruo Bing, is also a spy who has been living on Tianwu's continent to gather information. She is asked to participate in disguise as a man in the academy exams. Spiritual power settles in Chu, and he destroys the demon flower and faints. Chu has a dream in which the Dragon King attacks him. After waking him up, his mother chastises him and informs him about the arrival of an important person. But Chu insists on participating in academy exams, but she refuses and binds him with a pillar. When his mother goes outside, Miss Fang comes and seduces Chu, and Bai Feng makes fun of him. While running in the street, Chu again runs into Lan Ruo, who is in disguise as a man. Lan is surprised to see Chu alive and locks the gate of the examination entrance so that he cannot participate. Chu enters the back gate and argues with Lan, but they are interrupted by the teacher Shay Mu, who tells them the rules of the exams. Bai Feng informs Chu about the different participants and their abilities. Shay Mu tells the participants that they have to detect the location of Yu Demon and capture him. She then transports all of them to the jungle and tells them that only the first 200 participants can pass the test. While running, Lan once again pushes Chu and puts a charm on his back. All the participants start searching for Yu Demon, and Chu says to Bai Feng that he will locate Yu Demon by using his eyes. When he goes to any place, all the nearby Yu Demons run there due to the power of his charm. Chu is now tired of running when suddenly a Yu Demon tiger appears and all the people start running. The tiger rushes toward Chu, but soon it runs away due to the charm on Chu's back. Chu's leg is injured in a tiger attack, and a girl named Yai helps him. It is announced that only 9 participants are left to pass the exam. Chu hits upon an idea and catches the Yu Demon tiger. After trapping it, he is taking the tiger when Lan gets it free with her magic. Chu reaches the examination center in the nick of time and tells everyone that he's caught a Yu Demon too. Everybody laughs at him for seeing the little animal. Chu is shocked to see that the tiger has disappeared, and he tries to assure everyone that he caught a tiger, but nobody believes him. Shou Mu realizes the animal Chu is holding is enchanted, and she decides to investigate the matter. She announces Chu has passed the exam, although others oppose her decision. The second test is on the Shengyuang Bridge, and the first 50 participants who join Shang Mu before morning will pass the test. Half of the participants do not run because the test is very difficult. Chu tells Beiyu that the teacher, Sha Mu, has not moved yet, so he will not run, because following the teacher is the best option. He then follows the others, including Shang Mu. Running on the bridge is very difficult due to the thick fog. Lan encounters magic bugs that absorb spiritual power, but she manages to dodge them and thinks to use them to distract Chu. While running, Chu and other participants saw many dead bodies lying on the bridge. Then many bugs attacked them, but a group of participants escaped silently, and Chu also followed them. All the participants are attacked by the Lord of Bugs, and even their barrier cannot work. She tries to kill it, but it petrifies all of them. Yet and Chu are both caught by the bug. Teacher Shay Mu reaches the other side of the bridge, and some participants, including Lan, also reach there in time and pass the test. Chu opens his eyes and finds himself chained, and a monster is in front of him. It tells Chu that the people sealed it in his body and asks Chu to touch a seal to remove it. The monster says if he removes it, he will gain great power. Before touching the seal, Chu questions the monster about why it cannot break the seal itself if it has a lot of power. The monster laughs and grants him power. On the other hand, Shay is surprised that only 2 participants have passed the test, although the time is about to end. Lan is warned to be careful in obtaining information about the Dragon King, while Chu breaks the Lord of Bugs trap and kills it. Shou Mu runs to the bridge after noticing the danger. The spy who is instructing Lan says it is the Dragon King's aura that has revived. The monster in Chu's body absorbs the energy of the bug and then attacks Yui to get her energy, while the director again seals the Dragon King and asks a girl named Wen Hu to borrow their memory. They both disappear before someone arrives, and everybody on the bridge has recovered. Chu wakes up and Da Shi scolds him for touching Yu on the bridge. Shui Mu reveals that the attack of the Lord of Bugs was not part of the exam, so all the survivors of this incident are considered passable, including Chu. She then asks them to follow her and enter the Tianwu Academy, and all the participants are mesmerized to see the academy. Sha Mu informs them that 18 years ago, Mo Wu Temple, headed by the Dragon King, invaded the academy and Tianwu fought bravely in the battle, but they were about to lose. Then Feng Tian Queen came and defeated the Dragon King, changing the war situation. He also established this academy and created defense enchantments with 3 pieces of ancient magic, which is why the academy is safe. Shui Mu shows them their rooms and introduces their new teacher, Do Yin. Shui Mu asks Dao to watch out for Chu during the exam. Du orders all the participants to gather at the well entrance the next morning and reveals that he can read minds. All of their rooms are dirty and old, and there are a lot of insects there. Bowie Feng breaks a door and Du asks him to pay for it. Lan enters Chu's room mistakenly when Chu is outside with Bei. When Chu returns to his room, Lan is in a real form, and she attacks Chu. Chu faints and Lan flees from there after borrowing his memory. The next morning, he wakes up and hears the announcement that he will reach the well entrance in time. Chu reaches the entrance at the 11th hour and Do announces the Battle of Coins. The person who collects more coins from others will be qualified, and only qualified participants can pass the final door. The red leaf area of the forest is a safe place where no one can take coins from others. They all receive bags with different quantities of coins, and the test starts. Chu gets the bag with the most coins and all the participants are trying to get coins from him. Chu throws some coins to distract them and rushes to the safe area. But some students from the previous year attack and demand his coins. Du desperately hides the facts about the alumni students. Chu tells the students that he has no coin, but they do not believe him. One of them attacks Chu, but there is an explosion and Chu stands aside. Chu feels a lot of power in himself and counterattacks them. They're all surprised to see Chu. Meanwhile, the students in Chu are captured by Lan, who comes there and takes Chu's coins. Ju breaks the traps and runs after Lan to get back his coins. An explosion occurs, and a spy named Bio Guy and another girl talk about the novice of the Dragon King's power. The girl controls a boy to do an experiment for the Dragon King. A person gives all his coins to Bei Feng and leaves. Chu tells Bei that he has become strong while they hear an explosion. The spies are not doing experiments on Yu Yu's body. And her group members fight the spies who are experimenting on the students' bodies. Chu rushes to save Yu Yu when another explosion occurs, and Chu flees after taking Yai. The spies chase them and control their bodies when they are about to enter the safe area. Bio Guy throws a bomb on Chu, but his powers regain and he throws the bomb back to them. Bio then throws giant eye bombs and his fellow girl tries to save Chu, but the bombs explode in the air. Lan thinks the exam time is about to end, and Chu could not collect any coins. Chu's body is before the purple dragon, who is about to eat him when the Dragon King comes and reminds him who was its owner. The purple dragon apologizes to the Dragon King and asks him why he is in Chu's body. The Dragon King replies that Chu's body will help him. He makes Purple Dragon the one in charge of protecting Chu's body and warns him that if something happens to Chu, he will not forgive him. When Chu wakes up, he hears the voice of the Purple Dragon, who tells him that he is now the protector of his body. He tells Chu that his body cannot accept the power of the King Bug's Pearl. He tells him that he can use demon powers every 12 hours and nobody can attack him. Bio and the girl recognize Chu and Do, punishes them for violating the rules. He asks Chu and Bei to come to the entrance because the test is about to end. Du says that those who have a sufficient amount of coins can enter the identity door. After entering, they will have to awaken the demonic color of the interior. The first participant comes forward, opens the identity door, and enters. He awakens the pure black color and surprises everyone. The next participant is Lan, who goes to open the door and awakens the light green color. Da Shi is the next participant who got coins from Shit Dai, and he awakens the light violet color. Bowie Feng even awakens the yellow color that disheartens Chu. Meanwhile, the purple dragon comes and asks him to check his belt. He finds 2 objects that he can use to pass through the identity door, but he does not believe them. Duo asks for the last time if anyone wants to enter the door, and Chu then agrees and enters the door. Lan and other participants are surprised to see how he can enter without any coins. Chu awakens a colorless soul and passes the exam with a spiritual coin. All the other participants start protesting against Chu, but Du tells them that the spiritual coin is more important than the coin of power. They attack Chu, but he counterattacks them. They again beat Chu when who? The vice director of the academy came and saved him. She then clears the doubts of the participants and asks Duo to take care of Chu. Lan is informed that the Dragon King is residing in Chu's body, and to break the seal, he needs an artifact that is inside the academy. Chu is worried about the warning he received after entering the academy. He and Bi are excited to see the academy. Chu runs into teacher Shay Mu, who is surprised to see them and says that she did not expect they could pass. They both are in Da's class, and he tells them that they will learn 3 subjects, and if they fail in one subject, they will not pass the final exam. Duo tells them the other rules of the class and asks them to choose a delegate. Lin Yang agrees, and Duo takes him to Shifang to choose his weapon. There are islands of different colors in Shifang, and everyone is asked to choose his weapon according to his relevant color. Chu goes to a colorless island that has a small house on it. The protectors of the island are playing a dice game, and Chu helps them win. Then they tell him that many years ago Feng Tian King visited the colorless island, and Chu is delighted to know this. The protectors ask him to bet with them if he wants to choose a weapon, and Chu wins the bet. All the other participants have chosen their weapons as well, and they make fun of Chu's weapon. Then Duo instructs them to go to their new bedrooms, and while lying on his bed, Chu is repenting for why he chose this weapon. Suddenly, some intruders come and demand everyone's weapon. The members of the Pure Color clan come and try to snatch the weapons, but some of the participants resist and throw them back. The next morning, Bowie tells Chu that he gave money to the Pure Color clan to save his weapon. Duo asks them to take out their weapons so he can teach them the use of weapons, but they tell him their weapons were stolen last night. Duo scolds them by saying, "Where is their strength if they cannot keep their weapons?" Chu sends a letter to his mother and tells her about his well-being in the academy. He asks her not to worry about him and to be good to Miss Feng. Duo's students practice their weapons, and then Duo asks them to fight with Huan Sai, the champion of the Udemon clan. Shi Xiang first encounters him and collapses in his single attack. Huan then challenges Lan and another student to fight, and they accept. Finally, they manage to defeat him, and next, Huan invites Chu and Bei to fight. The director of the academy is concerned about Chu, and he asks the vice director about the Pure Color clan group. Huan throws Chu away in a single blow, and then the purple dragon advises him to use his weapon. Huan gets enraged when Chu tries to use his weapon. He takes out his countless arms to attack Chu, but Duo stops him by reminding him that it is a practice fight. He then informs everyone about the end of class and asks Huan and Chu to bow before each other because it is a tradition. Huan is questioned about his performance before the Pure Color clan group. Then he is asked about the meter stone, and when he searches for it in his cloak, it is missing. He then promises to get it back as soon as possible. Teacher Shay Mu is teaching her class and tells the students that they will have to gather some herbs and identify them. According to her instructions, everyone has to form a group of 2 members. Chu has to be with Lan as they head to the jungle. Lan asks him to gather 4 herbs and they get separated. While searching for herbs, Lan falls from the tree and gets injured. Chu helped her stop the bleeding. She cannot gather herbs and comes back. Teacher Shay Mu checks everyone's homework and gives them grades. She then tells Lan that she fails because she cannot gather herbs, while Chu appears with a pile of herbs and gets an F. Huan is beating Chu and demanding his mercy, but Chu claims he does not know about it. Huan insists that Chu challenge him to a duel, which he accepts by saying that if he loses, Chu will do with him what he wants. Chu further adds that he will leave the academy in case he loses, and if he wins, he will take Huan's room, and Huan agrees. Meanwhile, Bowie calls Sha Mu, and Chu asks her to judge their fight. When the duel starts, Chu cannot bear Huan's attack, but suddenly he regains power and defeats Huan. Everyone is shocked to see Chu, and Chu is also surprised to know that he can use and control magic. Suddenly, Huan attacks him, and everyone wonders if Huan will kill Chu in his madness. After the attack, everyone was surprised to see Chu under a barrier unharmed. Huan now realizes that the cause of Chu's power is his clothes, and he then takes Chu's clothes. Chu's clothes turn into a meter, and Huan collapses. Shay Mu announces Chu as the winner of the battle, and according to the promise, Huan's room is given to Chu. Chu invites everyone to stay with him, and Lan wishes to stay in Chu's bedroom. But Bei says Chu will decide because this is his house now. After entering the room, Lan constructs a magical piasness boundary in the middle of the room. Huan Si is being punished by the Pure Color clan group, while Dai Dizi of Jianzhonggi comes there. The vice director of the academy and Duo are discussing Huan's defeat and his family background. The vice director advises Duo to take care of Chu. Chu is thinking that his weapon has broken only in 2 fights, while a meteor stone falls from it, and Chu realizes that this is the stone Huan was demanding. The stone then spreads rays, and it turns into a big stone. Chu ignores it and sleeps, but at midnight, he notices Lan jumping from the window. He chases her in the jungle, and suddenly she falls to the ground due to a lack of spiritual power. She sends a message to Xu, but it cannot reach her. Lan reaches a safe place, where she takes off her cloak due to a lack of spiritual power. She then returns to her real form, and light begins to spread around her body. Chu sees the light and reaches it while Lan faints, and Chu brings her to his room. A light comes from Lan's forehead. Chu collapses, and they both have the same dream. When Lan wakes up, she threatens Chu not to tell anyone about her and her dream. Chu tells her about her past while Baoi hears his talk outside the door and asks what he's doing. Lan disappears to hear Bei's voice. The next day, a student from the academy informs the director that their target has been identified and the director appreciates him. The boy asks if they should start, but the director replies no and says they want something more. Chu asks Ye about Lan by showing her locket to her. Chu is about to tell Ye about Lan's family name when suddenly he feels pain in his heart and cannot complete the name. She asks Chu if the girl he mentioned is important to him, but he denies it, then inquires about Lan's family name, which Chu is going to tell her. She learns that the Hua family was a rare family that disappeared after the war. Chu gets a map of their training destination and reaches a cave, where he is attacked by the Pure Color Clan group. Chu uses his powers to defeat them, but after that, he is informed by a spy that his body will be destroyed soon. Baoi is shocked to learn that Chu has the wrong map with him, and he advises him to find Chu and tell the instructor about it. Chu keeps on chasing Lan, but she casts her magic spell to distract him. The spy in the veil advises Chu not to resist, otherwise he will die. He also asks him about the stone, and he reveals that those two stones have turned into a new stone. The spy tells Chu that the stone is a key to finding Bitling Long, who can break the seal of Chu's powers. He then leaves, advising him to eat the stone because the Pure Color Clan group is coming. Chu swallows the stone and regains his powers. The boy hired by the director attacks the spy and veil, but they are only puppets controlled by someone. He then decides to inform the director about it. Baoi, Chu, and Clan are returning home when Chu remembers the spy in the veil conversation who told him that the Pure Color Clan group's target is Bitling Long. They are walking when a huge rock is about to fall on them if Lan does not warn them, then Biui Chuan, the leader of the Pure Color group, appears and attacks them. After a bloody fight, he succeeds in getting the key to find Bitling Long. He then decides to kill Chu, Lan, and Bei. Chu, Lan, and Bei are controlled by Bian Chuan, who is about to kill them. He sends huge rocks toward them, but the girl from the Pure Color Clan group tells her boss that he cannot kill Chu. I then enrages at his group member's betrayal. Bian throws rocks at her, but she controls Bian's body, and Chu, Lan, and Bei flee from there. The academy announces punishments for Huan Si, Bia Chuan, and his group because they violated the rules and plan to take over the school. Some of them are imprisoned and others get expelled. Duo gives the key to the director and Lan is thanked by Chu. Chu then remembers when the spy in the veil gave him the key. Lan is advised by her instructor to protect Chu because his life is more important than theirs. All the students of the academy are informed that their semester is over and their qualification exams for Junior Huan Hun Shi are based on their performance. He then gives them the last feedback, and during practice he loses control over his powers and then faints due to a lack of spiritual power. Yu rushes toward Chu, but is stopped by her fellow Chu, then takes some rest while others against are practicing. Duo advises Chu and encourages him, and then the Purple Dragon also supports Duo's opinion by saying that Chu should take care of himself. Chu recalls how he used his magic powers, and he is then advised by the spy in the veil. Duo also warned him not to force himself, otherwise his career would be destroyed. Chu does not want to quit because he always wishes to become like Fen Tian King. He recalls all his fights while holding the key of Bitling Lang. Chu then goes outside, meets the spy in a veil, and gives him the key. He activates the key, and a lot of spirits who protect Bitling Lang appear there, and they both fight with them. Chu then goes inside the castle and finds light there. He then tries to get the Bitling Lang, but the light coming out of it speeds all around. He then feels power in his body after touching it. Suddenly, Chu realizes that Bitling Lang is missing, and then everything disappears around him. He realizes that this was a trap for him, and he rushes to the academy because the exam is about to start. All the participants are ready for exams, and Baoyi asks Lan about Chu, and she does not answer. Meanwhile, Baoi Lang comes, the exam starts, and Bea defeats his opponent. All the participants showed their abilities. Chu then fights Nan Wu, and Chu defeats him in a single attack. The instructor of Lan has some spies, and now I am laughing madly. Chu wins against Nan Wu and surprises everyone. Duo is shocked to see that Chu has a lot of power while he falls down and faints. Suddenly, an explosion occurs, and the academy is attacked by a group of masked people. Teacher Shay Mu says these masks belong to Mo Wu. The group starts attacking the people, and Duo instructs all of the students not to panic and to exit from the south. Yai, Yu, I, and Shif are running when they encounter a spy, but Shi forces him to flee. Baoi reaches Chu and tries to wake him up, while Lan's instructor attacks them and throws Bei aside. He plans to take Chu with him, but the director of the academy comes and throws him away. The instructor, Xu, then reveals the director as Feng Tian King, which shocks everybody. Fen Tuan Qing was an army man who defeated the Dragon King. The director then reveals that all of the actions were a trap to bring Xu here. Xu then attacks the director, but he dodges him. They both fight a bloody duel, while Hui Chun-Shu appears and stops Xu by saying that he cannot win. Xu gets furious to hear this and transforms his body. Lin Zexu, who has fainted due to a lack of energy. Hui Chun appears and attacks the dragon, but he takes Lan hostage. Hu catches him in various traps and kills him. He then transforms into the director's appearance. He then walks to the land, but suddenly an explosion occurs, and the vice director attacks the director and throws his body away. The director of the academy asks the vice director why she did this, and she replies that she cannot let him stop her stepfather. She says she came to the academy under a fake name and searched for clues for many years. She also reveals that she was aware of the fact that the director had hired a boy to protect Chu and keep an eye on her. She was the same spy in the Veil who often met Chu. She states that Qiu Lu Wang will be revived soon. Baoi tries to wake up Chu, and when Chu opens his eyes, he finds himself in space. He then sees the Dragon King Qiu Lu Wang, and the purple dragon also welcomes the Dragon King. Chu is shocked to see this, and he tries to run from there, but is captured by him. The Dragon King says to Chu that he will give him power, but his body belongs to him. When Chu wakes up, his body is under the Dragon King's control, and he starts exploding, and a stream of purple color sprouts. Wing Hu reveals that Qiu Lu Wang has been revived. The director asks Wen to give up because she is scared, but she refuses. Meanwhile, the Pure Color Clan group comes and captures all of them. Bi Chu transports them to another place. The Pure Color Clan group is taking Chu into the jungle, and Wen Hu is leading them. They reach a building, and Wen orders Chu to go inside the building. The director and other team members are chasing them. Chu is yelling with pain and agony while the Dragon King says it is an honor for Chu to be part of his body. Yayi and Xie are running, and Xie asks if he knew everything from the start, which he admits. He says to Yi that he knows she loves Chu, but he also loves her. He also reveals that Qiu Lu Wang is in Chu's body. Yi decides to help Chu, but Xie says she cannot do so, and she says she will not let Qiu Lu Wang destroy everything. When Qiu Lu Wang is reviving, purple rays spread all over. Countless zombies appear, and a bloody battle starts. Chu's body has started fading away, and he says he has disappointed all of them. Suddenly, Lan makes her way and enters the place where Chu is, trying to wake him up, but in vain. She then transfers the light from her forehead to him. Suddenly, Qiu Lu Wang comes there and mentions Lan's family name, Hua, which surprises Chu. Chu learns that Lan is the Cloak Boy, and he then asks her why she has come. Lan reminds him of his words that they will work as a team. Qiu Lu captures Chu, but he regains his powers, and his body is also reviving. Suddenly, all the magical effects vanish. Yayu helps the director heal his wounds, and he thanks her.